Have you ever looked at your currency and thought, wow, that's neat. I wish that was real. That's how I feel about the 2008 Arizona quarter. I mean, just look at that design. It's so nice and clean. I mean, how could you not want this to be real? If only the Grand Canyon was real. If only there really was a national park filled with saguaro cacti. If only Arizona was a real place. And with the power of design and the quarter as my base, I will turn Arizona into a real place. The first step was to find out what the intention was behind this design. I mean, what's going on? What is this? What is this? With very little effort, I was able to find out that there's actually two parts to the Arizona quarter, with this half representing the saguaro cactus, and then there's the other half, which is separated by the Grand Canyon state banner, to signify that the saguaro cactus doesn't grow in the Grand Canyon. So not only is the design so darn good looking, it has an interesting meaning behind it. And it really just proves that the Arizona quarter is by far the best designed quarter, and the worst being Wyoming. I mean, what the fuck, Wyoming? What is that? So claps to this guy. This guy, he's the designer of the Arizona quarter. Good on you. Good on you, man. Thank you. The next step was to identify these plants, and I know this is a saguaro cactus. These look like some prickly pear, but I don't know what this is, and these, I don't know what these are either. So that's how I ended up finding out that the National Parks website has a PDF of all of the plants that you can find in the Saguaro National Park. And I thought this was pretty neat, that's pretty cool. I thought it was interesting being able to read about all of the different species of plant in the park. I enjoyed it. So using that as a guide, I tried my best to figure out what these plants were, and I came to the conclusion that this is a desert spoon, and this little cactus over here is a candy barrel cactus. And I might be wrong, but that's what I'm gonna go with. And with all of that out of the way, I was finally ready to start the design. My idea is to make like a collage style thing. I have some images of the idea, that's what I'm going for. Now this is my live thought process. I haven't actually made this yet, though I have already made this, and I'm sorry, I had to plan something out. I have to plan. I know this looks terrible. It was just, I needed to get a visual idea of what I wanted. And I know now this is not what I want. I want this to be open up here. Like I want it to stop at the Grand Canyon, and I want this and this. I want it to all be open, like this. Something like that, where it's all just kind of poking out. But I do want to keep the circle in there because it is a coin. So I think I might round off this bottom area here and then have the top be open. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so something like this. You got the open at the top, but it's still got these round parts, like a coin. I was gonna say I like it being open more, but then I put the sun back in the background, and I kind of like that. I'm gonna ignore the sun for now, and I'm gonna keep doing my idea, and then if I feel like I want to go back to that, then I will. But I'm gonna move forward. And a lot of the collages I've seen, some of the images are illustrations instead of actual photos. So I think that's what I want to do with the sun now, instead of having an actual image of the sun. So I'm going to go find the sun. Okay, so I could not find what I was looking for, so I think I might just try to make the sun illustration myself. Oh, this looks really bad. Uh-oh. I just used the pen tool. I don't know how to use Photoshop. I don't know. And this is what I'm capable of doing. I mean, it's not oh, yeah. It's something. That's really just not. I know how to fix that though, I think. I know how to fix it on Illustrator, but Photoshop, That's what I'm going with for now. Now for these plants down here, instead of actually trying to line them up and make it where you can see like the background here, I think I want to just put more and more plant and make them bigger and have some of them kind of spill out of the edge. I'm just gonna go ahead and do the desert spoon first because I know this is gonna be real fun to mask. I don't even think AI can save me. Nope. This looks really good. Wow, that's pretty close. It even has the the dent, and then it all spills out. Hey, this is future me popping in to say that I could not figure out how to mask this. I even took the image on its own. I tried using channels and adjusting the levels and painting my own mask, and it wasn't working. I even tried getting a different image of a desert spoon, but I liked this one because it matched the original design so much. So I did keep it, and it all ended up working out in the end. Just letting you know that I cannot mask. Okay, after realizing how agonizing it is masking out pointy, complicated desert plant, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna put a bunch of plant. And I'm gonna go with adding just one of each plant from the original design, except I'm gonna go with 2 prickly pear images because there's quite a bit of prickly pear there. And now since I'm not gonna just overflow this area with a bunch of plants, I'm going to get that image I had from my original idea and I'm going to put it in the back. I'm going to see what that looks like. Okay, so I really like that. It looks a lot better with this background image. I like that it has like the path kind of leading up to the Grand Canyon. And then these 2 images merged extremely well. So it was meant to be. So now I'm going to get these plants and I'm going to move them around and try to find a good layout for them. Okay, so this is what I got. I do kind of like this being open and showing this path. But then I feel like this looks weird and I keeping it covered up with this cactus is kind of nice. And then they're all down here together, you know. I don't know if I like it with the cactus or not. I'm gonna leave it for now. But this cactus over here, I had this poke out a bit. And then I actually duplicated it and then put another piece of it over here to cover up that. And you got 2 little candy barrel cactus over here. I actually don't know if those are candy barrel cactus, but I'm gonna say they are. And the desert spoon, I really wanted it to spill out on the edge here, but the masking is so terrible, so I had to keep it in. And I think this background area keeps it hidden pretty well, so you can't see how terrible that masking is. So now for this banner, I have actually already made it before, so I'm just gonna drop that in and see what it looks like. So here's the banner. I think it looks fine the way it is. If I want to change the color, I can, but the shading might not be the best on it, but I think it's good enough. And it has that illustration element that I was kind of wanting with the sun. And now I have it. And I do actually want to have this cactus go over the banner, so I think I'm just gonna, yeah. So now all of the parts of the original design are done, but I did want to add a couple more things of my own. I want to add the Arizona state bird, which is a cactus wren, and the state flower, which is the bloom of a saguaro cactus. So I'm going to add those. Okay, so here they are. And I think I want to have the bird over here kind of peeking out from behind the banner. Yeah, like that. And then the flower. I hate to cover up this great fade merge thing we got going on with these 2 images, but I think it would be best having this popping out over here somewhere. Yeah, like that. I'm happy with that. I like this. Yeah. I'm happy with this. I like this. So I have already had a peep, but I wanted to know what that original image of the sun I had would look like if I did place it in the background. And I mean, I really like that. It makes it look a lot better with the sun. And you also get the cactus poking out up here too, it's just great. I do kind of want it in a different color though, so I did mess around and I got this blue instead, and I think it looks a little better with the blue. I like the blue more, so I'm gonna go with blue. And I think I'm happy with this layout, so now I'm just gonna go and mess around with colors and adjust everything, and I'll be back with the final results. And here it is all done. I know the colors look dramatically different, but once I started messing with the colors of the plants down here, there was no stopping me. I changed everything. And then I just went for a rustic faded look with the colors. I went with the faded golden yellow color for the banner because there's a bit of yellow in the flower and then this cactus and the bird. So I thought it looked the best having it match. I think adding less plant was a good decision, and adding that background image to the bottom half was the best decision I made. And I do like that it's all a circle instead of having it open like I thought I wanted, because it really does still have that coin feel. Wow, I can't believe Arizona is finally a real place. We've gone all this time without it, and all it took was some simple design. Though it wouldn't have been possible without the original quarter design, so thanks again to this guy. Great design. It's so nice that now the world can finally enjoy the Grand Canyon. You're welcome.